From the intersection of I-70 and Highway 63, the heartland of Middle America, just a few miles south of the campus of the University of Missouri. I almost messed up the line right there, but I'm glad I got it together. I am so jacked up right now for this show. I haven't even told you what the show is. It's the Living on Sports podcast. Of course, I am Michael Spencer, and with me to my right, or right in front of me, is Cheston McGuire. Cheston, let's do this. I am so pumped up right now.
You ready? We're going to start right off the bat with some NCAA football.
We haven't even drawn in the music yet. Okay. No, you can't hear the music. Let's do it.
All right, NCAA football. So this weekend, another top 5 team bit the dust. USC. What do you think about that one?
USC, struggle. It happens every year. I said it would happen like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but did you think it'd beat a Washington?
Well, here's the thing about Washington. I don't know why everybody is so stunned about this, because if anybody's going to beat them, don't you think it would be former USC coaches?
Now, don't get me wrong. I said Washington would beat them. Mostly, I thought it was kind of just a out there pick that I was going to make, but I was telling people they would. But I honestly didn't think that it was going to happen just like that.
Look, Sarkisian and Nick Holt know exactly what they're doing, and they know that offense and defense like the back of their hand. It wasn't just like, oh, yeah, Sarkisian was a good offensive coordinator. No, he knew what he was doing. And then not only do you have the former guy who ran the offense, you have the former guy who ran the defense. If Washington didn't play him well in that game, I would be shocked. And let's be honest, Aaron Corp was a backup quarterback.
That's true. But here's my question to you. Is Pete Carroll going to have the knock that he can't win the big game? Yes, he's won national championships, but in the past few years, his record, he's had 5 losses to unranked teams and 1 loss to a ranked team.
No, so why would he have a knock that he can't win the big game?
Well, he can't make it to the big game.
He can't make it to the championship, but he's won 7 straight Pac-10 championships.
I think it's going to come to an end this year, though.
I think if you call for Pete Carroll's head, you're an idiot.
Oh, nobody's going to call for his head. I'm just saying he can win some games. He'll get him to the Rose Bowl every year, but will it be anything more than that?
Something's going on at USC because this is a continual trend, and something needs to be changed. But if you if you're calling for Pete Carroll's head, you're out of your mind.
Oh, no, I would not be calling for the second best college football coach in football right now.
Who's first?
Urban Meyer.
Oh, Urban
SEC.
Meyer. Oh, giving love to the SEC. What's next?
All right, so who do you think's going to have the better bowl game now, USC or Ohio State?
Texas.
Well, Florida, Alabama.
I would still give the nod to USC because I think USC is still going to win their conference. The the Big Ten rather, isn't necessarily just Ohio State.
All right, fair enough. All right, so the U is back.
The U! Justin will be so happy we were talking about the U. Are they back? Really?
Well, that's my question to you.
Really?
I think that they are just showing some good games right now, and come Oklahoma with Sam Bradford back, that is a real make or break.
Look, and I am so glad that the U is back. I don't like the U, but like we were talking about earlier, I miss the days when college football was ruled by a few schools, and that was it. There wasn't any of these schools that, like, who the heck are these guys? Where did they come from? I hope the U does well. I can't wait for their clash against Oklahoma because I think it's going to be a very good game. I'm not ready to crown them back, though. They need to do this consecutively. Yes, they've had a good start to the year, but until they finish the year strong and do it again next year, I'm hesitant to say that they're back.
What if they beat Oklahoma, end the season undefeated? National championship?
Absolutely. And if it comes down to it and we have 3 undefeated teams, you're going to hear all the BCS people saying, we don't need a BCS, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, I think if they go undefeated, they deserve a chance to play for the national championship. I would feel that way about anybody. Granted, people are going to say the ACC is not that strong of a conference. But if you go undefeated, I don't care who you are, you deserve a shot to play for the national championship.
I'd argue the ACC's got some of the best depth right now.
And see, that's the thing. Everybody's like, the ACC is not that good. I don't buy that. Florida State's not bad. They're not great, but they're not bad. North Carolina's decent.
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech is good. Clemson is good. The U, if they go undefeated, it's not a fluke.
No, I agree with that.
Now, I don't think they will.
No.
I don't think they will.
They'll get tripped up somewhere. All right, so non-BCS busters. Every year we got a team that's creeping in, but this year BYU seems to be done. Utah seems to be done. All that's left is Houston, TCU, and Boise State.
Boise State. And Houston, Houston's conference is so weak that I can't really call them a BCS buster because if they get a chance to play for the BCS based off of one fluke win, come on.
No, I agree, but talk seems to be Houston, TCU, and Boise State are the three top teams left. I think Boise will be the only one standing undefeated, but
I think Boise has the best chance of going undefeated because I think they're a legit team. I think these other guys, they have big wins against good teams, but I think they're flukes. And Boise's a legit team. They have a legit chance to run the table, and that is why they should, because they're a legit team. Houston won't run the table, and neither will TCU because, TCU might. TCU is a decent team, but Boise will run the table because they're a good team, not because they get fluke victories.
All right. So over the weekend, Lane Kiffin did not get to sing Rocky Top, but he and Urban Meyer are still fighting. What do you think about that?
Okay, first of all, let's talk about the sideline reporter who asked some of the dumbest post-game questions ever.
I've always maintained that sideline reporting is the most pointless thing in football.
Oh
Any
my
sport,
gosh.
really. I hate it.
The first thing out of her mouth was, you're not going to get to sing Rocky Top all night long. Why don't you just say, Coach, you suck?
Oh, I mean, after the game, aren't you glad it's over now?
Yeah, come on now. I don't know. Look, if they're hiring them because they're hot and because sex sells, then fine. But do something different with them. Don't let them ask questions because, number one, they look like idiots, and number two, they make your network look like idiots. Pete Carroll and Lane Kiffin, go ahead and argue. I don't have a problem with that. If you want to fight, fine. Because what they're doing is they're garnering publicity for their school because everybody and their dog is talking about it. It's the same thing Kiffin did when he came in. He only talked so much trash, not because he thought he had a better team, because if he did, he's dumb.
Right.
But he wanted to get his name in the paper. He wanted to get Tennessee back up to where Tennessee was talked about every single day, and that is exactly what he did.
No, I love it because Philip Fulmer never had a fire under him, and Lane Kiffin is bringing that back to Tennessee.
You're damn right, and players want to play for somebody like that.
Oh, yeah. All right, so Heisman Watch. Preseason, we had Sam Bradford, Tim Tebow, Colt McCoy. Bradford's been hurt. McCoy and Tebow, while they've both been winning, they have not looked very good right now. Where do you think those three stand?
They really haven't. I think Bradford, you can't talk about him right now because he hasn't played. Until he comes in and plays, you're not doing anything. I think your dark horse for Heisman, maybe Jevin Sneed, or everybody's favorite from Cal, Javid Best, because that guy's just a freak.
Oh, yeah, and some people are still talking Eric Berry as the first defensive player since Charles Woodson.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
All right, so coming up next, we got NFL stuff, and then after that, we got some
NFL stuff.
Well, I don't want to go too much into detail.
We got 2 minutes. We're good.
All right, we got Baltimore Ravens. Are they legit? Teams that still are giving me some doubt. And who was the best division in the NFL?
How about a big win for the Jets this weekend? Can we give it up for the Jets?
Oh, Rex Ryan and co. backed up their talk.
Love it. Anytime anybody beats the Patriots, I'm all for it. We'll talk about that and more next. It's the Living on Sports podcast, podcasting exclusively on livingonsports.com.